Alright, it's time for our signature feature here, the questionnaire form on steroids. This is something that we've had with the amazing system since day one, except it's gone through plenty of changes, and what we can do now with it is absolutely amazing. Let's take a look, shall we? So the questionnaire form on steroids is basically a questionnaire form, but unlike probably your standard form that you may already have on your website. Questionnaire form on steroids does three things, as opposed to the standard form, which basically just emails you whatever they wrote. That's a standard form. Basically, whatever the person types into the form is emailed to you, and that's it. But what happens with the questionnaire form on steroids that we have with the amazing system is, of course, everything that they wrote is emailed to you as well. Okay, so we've got that as well. But it also automatically, immediately, puts all that information into the online cloud database securely and safely. So no worries if you delete the email by accident or anything like that. Doesn't really matter because it's in your online cloud database. And the other thing it also does is it also sends a very nice email to the prospect, explaining that, hey, thank you so much for sending information. We've received it, and we'll be in contact with you soon. So let's take a look at all that. Oh, and by the way, it also sends us a notification and links us over to our quick response form, which will come after this. So let's just start here, though. From the very beginning, we are now the prospect. We're interested in maybe hiring this magician. So let's fill out this form here. And I'll use RoboForm. Let me just change this, though, to a different name. How about let's go with Melissa Smith. Alright, Melissa Smith. And we'll keep everything else the same, though. And the type of event we're having, we'll say is a holiday party. And the date, we'll say, is December 7th. Nice prime time there for a holiday party. And then we'll say 7 p.m. The event site is the Minneapolis Hilton. How did you find David Farr? We'll just say web 50 and additional comments. Alright, obviously I can't spell. There we go. And let's submit this. Okay, we're immediately taken to the thank you page. No, it's not an e-promo kit, although it could be, but this is an example of doing it the not instant price quote method there with the e-promo kit that comes up immediately. Instead, we just have a standard thank you page that thanks the person for filling out the form and lets them know that we'll be emailing them shortly to their email address, and that's the email address I provided right there, so that's merging in both their name and the email address. Okay, now let's take a look and see what they receive in their email. Okay, this is the email that they get. It says, thank you for your request, Melissa. Thanks for filling out the online form. And it also links them over to my free report that they can download in the meantime while they're waiting for us to click a button and send them our official e-promo kit once we've reviewed the lead here. Alright, so that's the only thing that's automatically sent in this example. It's just a nice thank you email with a few links there. Now let's take a look and see what I receive in my email. In my email, as the magician, I receive the notification that we have a new lead. We have a brand new lead, and we should respond as quick as possible, because this was not the instant price quote model. This is the model where I actually review the lead first. So let's click on the quick response form. And this is our internal quick response form. So once again, this is not for the client to see. This is for you to see only. And this is made and designed so that you can quickly and easily respond and send a customized response to that client with typically just a few clicks of your mouse or a few taps of your finger on the smartphone. Let's just take a quick look here. If we go line by line and look, and this is the quick information here, the quick reference information. So we have the date that was requested. We can click over to the calendar if we'd like. We have email addresses that they provided, phone number that they provided. We can search the map if we're not familiar. We can see the comments here, and we see everything that they typed into the form. And the most important thing, most awesome thing here is the list of different AutoSmart choices we have to send out with a simple click of a button. So you'll see right here we have our e-promo kits. So in my case, I've got a bunch of different versions of e-promo kits here, and you'll see it actually probably goes off the recording here a little bit, but lots of different versions of e-promo kits I can send with one click here. So let's try the all-night grad party e-promo kit. We'll send that as an example here. And there's lots of other choices that we can do from here. Let me just move the recording down a little bit for you. There we go. And you'll see here we can send a contract from here. So let's go ahead and we'll try to do that as well. Normally probably wouldn't send the contract at the same time as the e-promo kit, but just for this demo I want to show you all the type of stuff, all the different type of stuff that you can do right from the quick response form here. So we'll send out a contract. Now in order for us to send out the contract though, we really should have everything filled in up here. So like total fee, deposit, balance due, travel fee. Well, travel fee, that's not required. We can skip that. But let's go ahead and just make some stuff up here. So let's say the total fee is $1,000, and we'll say the deposit is $500, and the balance due would be $500. All right, pretty simple example. And let's see, anything else we want to send? Well, let's do one more from in here. Let's do deny a request for a free show. All right, because I'm sure from time to time you've probably been asked for a donation, and sometimes you get asked so many times that you really can't do anymore. So this is a very nice and polite email that's sent, and you'll see in just a sec here. So just to be totally clear, normally you would not send an e-promo kit, a contract, and also an email stating that you're not going to do their free show all at the same time. So just for this demo, I want to just kind of show you the different types of things that we can send. So let's just go ahead and try that. We're going to hit submit info, because remember I've selected the e-promo kit for all night grad party. I've selected the deny request for a free show, and I've selected to send a contract. And as long as I have everything filled in up here, which it looks like I do, we should be good to go. So let's submit this. Okay, we get our confirmation page. So now let's go into the email and let's take a look at these three different examples. Remember, they're all independent examples. You would not normally send these all at the same time. I want to make sure I'm totally clear about that. Well, let's take a look. And what do you know? We happen to have 3 emails in the inbox. Let's take a look at this one. It says, "Thanks, Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Thanks for your interest in my services. Unfortunately, I'm at my limit for non-paid shows this year. Entertaining is my full-time career, and therefore can only offer a limited amount of free shows every year. Thanks again for your interest, and I wish you the very best of luck with your event." So how polite is that? How nice is that you actually took the time to personally write them an email? Ha ha ha. Little do they know that you actually just pressed a button to do this, but the cool thing is you didn't have to waste any of your time, and you weren't, like a lot of guys probably just would delete the lead and ignore it, and in my opinion that's a little bit, that's a little rude. So instead of being rude, you can just press a button and very politely decline a gig. And this just shows you the technology in general. You can press a button and make pretty much any kind of email be automatically, generated, personalized, and then sent to your prospect or client for you with just one push of a button. So let's take a look at the next example here, which was sending out a contract. Okay, so this is what the contract looks like. It says, "Hello, Melissa. We're looking forward to working with you. The link below will open up the agreement for Saturday, December 7th, 2013 with David. Click here to view and print the agreement." Alright, so let's go ahead and click that link. And that opens up our contract that they can simply print by pressing this button right there. And you'll see it's a pretty standard contract. You've got your legal business right there, but more importantly, we've got all their customer data merged into the contract here. We didn't have to type any of this in by hand. It all happened with one click of our mouse. How awesome is that? In fact, we did it all from the quick response form. And finally, let's take a look at this last email that came in. This is the e-promo kit that we sent ourselves here. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is basically an email that is letting them know that we've sent the information to them, and all they have to do to get the information is to click here for the package and pricing info. So let me explain what we're about to do here. We're going to click there, and it's actually a special click tracker. Now this is optional. You don't have to use the click tracker, but what's nice about the click tracker is you're notified as soon as they click this link. And there's no other way of explaining it really. As soon as they click this link, you're sent an email and you're notified. In fact, every time they click the link, you're notified. Which you might say, well, wait, that'd be kind of annoying, right, if they click the link a bunch of times. But actually, you know what? It's empowering. because once you know that they're clicking on the link and actively looking at your promo kit, especially if like weeks have gone by and you haven't heard back from them, you know that you're still actively being considered, which really is an unfair advantage over your competitors because they don't have anything like this. I mean, first off, they don't have the cool e-promo kit that we're about to take a look at, but they're also not notified each and every time someone views their e-promo kit. So definitely an unfair advantage. Let's click this link. We're going to go through the click tracker, but you'll see that we won't really know it. We're going to end up on the e-promo kit. All right, did you see it? Well, if you blinked, you probably would have missed it. It was that fast. We're now on the e-promo kit, and there's now a notification email on its way to my inbox to let me know that this person has clicked on the e-promo kit. All right, but look how powerful it is. I mean, not only did we send out the email with one click, but that email was linking over to our personalized e-promo kit, where we personalize it with their name and other information. Like in this case, we're using the school name as well. And then in the booking request form at the very bottom, we're also kind of pre-filling that information. Let me just skip down there to the very bottom of this e-promo kit. And you'll see we're pre-filling all the information that we already have from them. So it makes it really easy for them to come down here and see that everything's pre-filled. For the most part, a lot of it's pre-filled, and all they have to do is give us the information that we don't have already. All right, so very powerful, and there's some psychology there because when they get to the form, it seems like, oh, we've already started it for them. Makes it real easy for them to complete it and finish the information here to request the booking. So how powerful is that? With one click, we sent out this awesome e-promo kit. Now let's just make sure. I know we know that we clicked the link, but let's just take a look at my email again. And what do you know? Right here, Melissa Smith, click the all-night party info. And remember, we did this all from the e-promo kit by just selecting the option that we wanted to send them at that particular time. And by the way, this is also mobile friendly. I know I mentioned that, but let me just bring over our little emulator here, and let me close the text message notification that we received about the new lead there. And let me just open up that same email. We got to refresh here. Okay, so we're going to open up the email. Clicking that same button for the quick response form. Now the amazing system is detecting that I'm doing this from a smartphone, so it's now going to show us the smartphone friendly version. But the same exact stuff can be done right from your smartphone. So as long as you have the payment information filled in here, you can come down here, send a contract, or if instead you wanted to send them an e-promo kit, you just select the promo kit, or maybe there's something else you want to send them. I hope you're realizing the power and flexibility and freedom this gives you on a day-to-day basis. I mean, these are things that happen on a day-to-day basis. Leads come in, and a lot of times, we're busy. You're busy living life, and you don't want to have to stop, and have to answer the phone and have to type out super long emails all day long. Why not just be able to quickly and easily press a button, send out an e-promo kit price quote, send out a contract, send out some other type of email, some other type of communication with only having to press a button. So that's why I love, the question form on steroids, our quick response form. And that's why we call it the amazing system.